If you're over 50, I want you to imagine something with me. It's morning, and you're watching your neighbor, let's call him Bob, who's 72 years old, effortlessly loading mulch bags into his truck. Meanwhile, you're wondering if you should ask for help carrying your groceries from the car. What's Bob's secret? Here's what most people don't realize. Bob isn't genetically gifted. He doesn't have a fancy gym, membership, or expensive equipment. What Bob has is something much simpler and much more powerful. 5 exercises. That's it. 5 simple movements he does for just 15 minutes every morning while his coffee brews. And here's the kicker. These aren't complicated gym exercises. They're movements you can do right in your living room, wearing your pajamas if you want to. But here's what's really interesting. One of these 5 exercises can actually reverse 20 years of muscle loss. And no, it's not what you think it is. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what Bob knows. And you'll have the roadmap to feeling stronger and more confident than you have in years. Welcome back to Joyful Later Years, where we believe your best years don't have to be behind you. They can start right now. If you're over 50, there's a quiet truth you already know. Getting up from a chair takes more effort than it used to. Climbing stairs feels heavier. And sometimes your own legs or back feel like they're staging a rebellion against you. But here's what I want you to understand. This isn't just getting older. This is your body sending you a message that says it's time to take action, not time to give up. The exercises I'm about to share with you aren't about chasing six-pack abs or gym selfies. They're about something much more valuable, preserving your independence, your confidence, and your ability to live life on your own terms. These movements are safe, they're gentle, but don't let that fool you. They're incredibly powerful because they target what really matters after 50, your balance, your functional strength, your flexibility, and most importantly, your confidence in your own body. And the best part? You don't need to join a gym, buy expensive equipment, or dedicate hours of your day. Just a little space at home, a few minutes daily, and the one ingredient that changes everything: consistency. Before we begin, don't forget to hit subscribe button and press the bell icon so you never miss another tip to support your strength and well-being. Exercise 1. The Independence Protector. Let's start with what I call the Independence Protector, though you might recognize it as the simple chair stand. But before I show you how to do it, let me tell you about my friend Maria. At 68, Maria was embarrassed because she needed her husband's help to get up from their low sofa. I felt like I was losing myself, she told me, like I was becoming a burden. 6 months later, Maria called me, laughing. I got up from that sofa so fast yesterday that I startled the cat. What changed? She discovered the power of this one simple movement. Here's how to do the Independence Protector. Find a sturdy chair. Your dining room chair works perfectly. Sit close to the front edge, feet flat, on the ground, about shoulder width apart. Now, here's the key that most people miss. Your feet should be positioned directly under your knees, not stretched out in front. Cross your arms over your chest. This isn't just for show. It prevents you from cheating by using your hands and forces your leg muscles to do all the work. Now, lean slightly forward from your hips, just a tiny bit, and push through your heels to spin up. Don't rock it up like you're late for something. Move with control and intention. Here's the secret sauce. The lowering down is just as important as the standing up. Lower yourself slowly, like you're sitting on an expensive antique chair that you don't want to damage. Start with 8 to 10 repetitions. If that feels too easy, aim for 15. If it feels challenging, start with 5 and work your way up. Why this works? This exercise strengthens your quadriceps, glutes, and core simultaneously. These are the exact muscles you use every single day. Getting out of bed, standing up from the toilet, rising from your favorite chair. But here's what's fascinating. Studies show that people who can do this exercise 12 times without using their hands have the functional strength of someone 10 years younger. Exercise 2. The Confidence Builder. Now, let's talk about something that might seem simple, but is actually a game changer for your daily confidence. I call this the Confidence Builder. Here's a question. When was the last time you felt truly steady on your feet? Not just okay or managing, but genuinely confident that you wouldn't stumble or lose your balance. Balance is one of those things we take for granted until we don't have it. And here's the sobering truth. After age 50, we lose about 2% of our balance ability every year. But, and this is important, we can get it back. The exercise, the steady walker. You're going to do a modified heel-to-toe walk, but with a twist that makes it much more effective and less frustrating than the version physical therapists usually teach. Find a hallway or use a wall for light support. Instead of trying to walk a perfect tightrope line, which can be discouraging, you're going to walk with your feet about 2 to 3 inches apart, placing each foot slightly in front of the other. Think of it like walking on 2 parallel lines instead of 1 tightrope. Take 10 slow, deliberate steps forward, then turn carefully and walk back. The magic happens in that turn. That's where your balance system gets challenged the most. Do this twice in a row, and here's the key. Do it twice a day. Once in the morning, when you're fresh, and once in the evening, when you're a bit tired. Why? Because your balance needs to work in all conditions, not just when you're at your best. The science behind it. Your inner ear contains tiny crystals that help you balance. After 50, these can become less effective, but specific movements like this actually help retrain your entire balance system. Here's what one of my viewers, Robert from Texas, told me. I used to grip the handrail going downstairs like my life depended on it. Now I walk down confidently, even carrying laundry. Exercise 3. The upper body savior. Here's something that might shock you. The average person over 60 has lost nearly half of their upper body strength compared to their 30-year-old self. But here's what's even more shocking. You can get most of it back with one simple exercise that takes less than 2 minutes. Let me tell you about Janet. At 71, she couldn't push open the heavy door at her favorite restaurant. She'd wait for someone younger to come along, feeling embarrassed and frustrated. I felt invisible, she said. Like the world wasn't made for me anymore. Today, Janet not only opens that door with ease, she holds it open for others. The exercise, wall warriors. Stand about arm's length from a wall. Place your hands flat against the wall, at shoulder height, slightly wider than your shoulders. Here's the technique that makes this incredibly effective. Instead of keeping your body rigid like a board, allow a very slight bend at your hips. This engages your core and protects your lower back. Now, here's the secret that transforms this simple movement into a strength-building powerhouse: timing. Take 3 full seconds to lower yourself toward the wall, then push back to the starting position in 1 second. This creates what exercise scientists call time under tension, and it builds strength much faster than doing quick repetitions. Start with 8 push-ups, working up to 12 to 15. But wait, there's a progression that keeps this challenging. After 2 weeks, step 6 inches further from the wall. After another 2 weeks, step back another 6 inches. This gradually increases the difficulty without changing the exercise. Why this matters? This isn't just about building muscle. This exercise builds the exact type of functional strength you need to push yourself up from dirt, steady yourself if you stumble, push, open heavy doors, or lift objects overhead. The game-changing revelation. Now, before I show you exercises 4 and 5, I need to share something that might surprise you. Remember when I mentioned that one of these exercises can reverse 20 years of muscle loss? It's not the one you think. Most people assume it's the chair stands or the wall push-ups because those feel the most exercise-like. But the truth is, the most powerful exercise for reversing age-related muscle loss is actually the gentlest one. It's an exercise that targets something called your deep stabilizing muscles. Muscles you can't see in the mirror, but that control everything you do. When these muscles are weak, everything else has to work harder. Your back aches, your knees hurt, walking becomes tiring. But when these muscles are strong, everything else becomes easier. The exercise I'm about to show you targets these deep muscles in a way that no gym equipment can match. Exercise 4. The Vitality Restorer. I call this the Vitality Restorer, and it's probably the most underestimated exercise in the world. The exercise, mindful marching. Stand next to a chair or wall for light support. You're going to march in place, but this isn't your typical marching. Slowly lift your right knee. Doesn't matter how high, even 6 inches is perfect. Hold it for 2 seconds, then lower it slowly and controlled. Do the same with your left knee. Continue alternating for 30 seconds, building up to 60 seconds. Here's what makes this so powerful. While you're marching, I want you to focus on 3 things. 1. Keep your standing leg strong and stable. 2. Lift your knee with control, not momentum. 3. Feel your core muscles engaging to keep you balanced. But here's the secret variation. Once you can do this easily, add gentle arm movements. Swing your opposite arm forward as you lift each knee, just like natural walking, but in slow motion. Why this is the game changer. This exercise targets your hip flexors, the muscles, responsible for lifting your knees and stepping forward. These muscles become weak and tight with age, making stair climbing, stepping over objects, and even getting into bed more difficult. But here's what's incredible. This exercise also gives your cardiovascular system a gentle boost, improves circulation, and increases energy levels. My viewer Dorothy from Oregon wrote, "I thought I was just lifting my knees, but after 3 weeks, I realized I was climbing stairs without getting winded. It was like my legs remembered how to be young again." The progression. Week 1, 30 seconds. Week 2, 45 seconds. Week 3, 60 seconds. Week 4, add gentle arm swings. Exercise 5. The joint protector. The final exercise addresses something that affects nearly every person over 50 but rarely gets the attention it deserves: knee health. Your knees carry you through every step of every day. They're incredibly complex joints that take a beating over the decades. But here's the good news. There's a simple way to keep them healthy and pain-free. The exercise, seated knee strengthener. Sit tall in a sturdy chair, feet flat on the ground. Slowly extend your right leg forward until it's as straight as comfortable. Don't force it. Hold for 2 seconds, feeling the muscles above your knee, working, then lower your leg slowly and controlled. Repeat with your left leg. That's 1 complete cycle. Start with 8 cycles, building up to 12. Here's what's happening. You're strengthening your quadriceps, the muscles above your knee that support and protect the joint. Strong quadriceps mean less knee pain, better stability, and easier walking. The secret technique: as you extend your leg, gently flex your foot upward. This engages your calf muscles and improves circulation throughout your lower leg. Why this matters? This exercise specifically targets the muscles that support your knees. Stronger quadriceps means reduced knee pain, improved blood flow to your lower legs, and better support for activities like walking, climbing stairs, and getting out of bed. Even if you have arthritis or joint issues, this movement is generally safe and gentle. But as always, listen to your body and stop if anything feels painful. Here's what's beautiful about this exercise. You can do it anywhere you can sit, watching TV, reading, even at your kitchen table while having coffee. The complete routine closing. So here's your complete Stay Strong After 50 routine. In the Independence Protector, chair stands, 8-15 repetitions. 2. The Confidence Builder, steady walker, 10 steps each direction, twice daily. 3. The Upper Body Savior, wall warriors, 8 to 15 repetitions. 4. The Vitality Restorer, mindful marching, 30 to 60 seconds. 5. The Joint Protector, seated knee strengthener, 8 to 12 cycles. Total time, 12 to 15 minutes. That's less time than it takes to check your email and social media in the morning. But here's the most important part, and this is where most people stumble. Don't try to be perfect right out of the gate. Instead of attempting all 5 exercises every day and burning out after a week, I want you to pick just 2 exercises to start with. Any 2. Do those consistently for 2 weeks, then add a 3rd exercise. Why? Because consistency with 2 exercises will give you better results than perfection with 5 exercises followed by giving up. Remember Bob from the beginning? He didn't start with all 5 exercises. He started with just chair stands while his coffee brewed. 6 months later, he was doing the full routine and feeling stronger than he had in decades. Your body didn't lose its strength overnight, and it won't regain it overnight. But I promise you this: if you commit to just 2 of these exercises for the next 30 days, you'll notice a difference. not just in how you feel, but in how confidently you move through your world. Your strongest, most joyful years don't have to be behind you. They can start right now, in your living room, with just 15 minutes and the decision to begin. Which 2 exercises will you start with today? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one, and I love hearing about your progress. If this video helped you, please hit that like button to help other people over 50 find this information. Subscribe to Joyful Later Years for more practical tips on living your best life after 50, and ring that notification bell so you never miss our latest videos. Remember, you're not just getting older, you're getting stronger. One movement at a time. Until next time, keep moving, keep smiling, and keep making your later years your most joyful years.